Imagine a world fresh and new emerging from beneath a receding sea. The waters that once covered the earth have now retreated, revealing a landscape untouched by human hands, a blank canvas waiting to be filled with the colors of life and civilization. This was the earth after Noah's flood, a blank canvas ready for the story of humankind to be written anew. The sun rose over vast empty fields and forests, casting a golden light on a world that had been cleansed and renewed. The Bible tells us that this catastrophic event reshaped our planet and set the stage for human migration as we know it. The floodwaters had carved new rivers, formed new valleys, and created new mountains, forever altering the face of the earth. From the slopes of Mount Ararat, where Noah's Ark found its resting place, the descendants of Noah embarked on journeys that would populate the continents. They descended from the mountain, stepping into a world that was both familiar and strange, a world that held the promise of new beginnings. But this fresh start was not a completely clean slate. The footprints they left in the mud were the first marks of a new era, but they also carried with them the weight of the past. The memory of the flood and the events leading up to it were etched in the hearts of Noah and his family. They remembered the world that was lost, the lives that were taken, and the lessons that were learned. They carried with them the lessons learned from a world consumed by wickedness, a world where giants walked the earth. These giants, both literal and metaphorical, represented the challenges and the evils that had led to the flood. Their journey, however, was not just about escaping the past. It was about building a future that would be different from the world they had known. It was about fulfilling God's command to be fruitful and increase in number and fill the earth. They set out to cultivate the land, to build homes and to create communities, laying the foundations for the civilizations that would follow. It was a journey of hope, a testament to the resilience of humanity and the promise of a future painted across a vast and unpopulated world. As they looked out over the untouched landscapes, they saw not just the challenges ahead, but also the endless possibilities. This was a world reborn, a world where the story of humankind would begin anew, filled with hope, determination, and the promise of a brighter future. Before the flood, the world was a very different place. It was a time when civilizations thrived, and the earth was teeming with life. People went about their daily lives unaware of the impending doom that was to come. The Bible describes a time when the earth was filled with violence and corruption. Wars raged, cities fell, and the cries of the innocent echoed through the land. The moral fabric of society was unraveling at an alarming rate. Evil had taken root, spreading like a disease across the hearts of mankind. Greed, envy, and malice were rampant, and the once peaceful communities were now engulfed in chaos and anarchy. But it wasn't just the wickedness of man that stained the earth. The skies darkened, and the land itself seemed to groan under the weight of the corruption that had taken hold. The Bible also tells of the Nephilim, mysterious beings of great size and strength who walked among humans. These giants were not mere myths. They were real, and their presence added to the turmoil of the times. These giants, born from the union of divine beings and human women, sowed chaos and destruction wherever they went. Their immense power and insatiable hunger for dominance led to widespread devastation.
Our presence blurred the lines between the heavenly and earthly realms, further fueling the wickedness that permeated the world. The interactions between divine beings and humans created a complex web of sin and rebellion.
The earth, once a paradise, was groaning under the weight of sin and violence. The lush landscapes and vibrant ecosystems began to wither, and the beauty of creation was marred by the darkness that had taken hold. It was in this time of escalating darkness that God, deeply saddened by the state of his creation, decided to cleanse the world and start afresh. The sorrow of the divine was palpable, and the decision to bring about a great flood was not made lightly. He chose Noah, a righteous man, to build an ark, a vessel of salvation, to weather the coming storm. Noah's faith and obedience set him apart in a world drowning in sin, and his task was monumental. The ark would be a beacon of hope amidst the impending deluge, a testament to the possibility of redemption and new beginnings. The flood came not as a trickle, but as a torrent, a relentless force of nature that showed no mercy. Torrential rain lashed down from the heavens, relentless and unforgiving, as if the sky itself had opened up to release its fury upon the earth. The fountains of the great deep, the vast reservoirs hidden beneath the earth's surface, burst open, unleashing unimaginable volumes of water. It was as if the very bowels of the planet had been torn apart, releasing a deluge that no one could have foreseen. For 40 days and 40 nights the deluge continued, swallowing up the earth. The rain was unceasing, a constant drumbeat of doom that drowned out all other sounds. Mountains vanished beneath the surging tides, and the highest peaks became islands in a watery abyss. The landscape was transformed, with familiar landmarks disappearing under the relentless onslaught of water. Everything that breathed air perished, except for Noah, his family, and the animals safely ensconced within the ark. The ark became a sanctuary, a floating refuge in a world gone mad.
The world as they knew it was no more. The familiar landscapes, the bustling cities, the verdant fields, all were gone, replaced by a desolate, waterlogged wasteland. The flood, a visceral manifestation of my wrath, had cleansed the earth. It was a divine judgment, a purging of the wickedness that had taken root in the hearts of men. It was a period of destruction, but also one of cleansing, a necessary reset for a world that had lost its way. The floodwaters washed away the old, making way for the new. A reset button for a world drowning in wickedness. The flood was both an end and a beginning, a chance to start anew.
As the rain finally ceased, the world held its breath. The relentless downpour that had seemed eternal was finally over, and the floodwaters began to recede, revealing the devastation left in their wake. The land, once submerged, slowly began to re-emerge, scarred but ready for renewal. A new chapter in Earth's history began. The sun rose over a cleansed world, its rays illuminating the promise of a fresh start. The ark, tossed and turned by the receding waves, eventually came to rest on the mountains of Ararat, a beacon of hope amidst a devastated world. It stood as a testament to survival, a symbol of humanity's resilience and the possibility of redemption. High atop Mount Ararat, the ark settled, a wooden testament to God's promise and the resilience of life. As the floodwaters receded, revealing a world washed clean, Noah and his family emerged from their year-long confinement. They stepped out onto a world transformed. Gone were the familiar landmarks, the bustling cities, and the wickedness that had stained the earth. In their place lay a silent, sodden landscape, ripe with the potential for new life.
Our hearts, though heavy with the memory of the flood, were also filled with a sense of gratitude and hope. We had been spared, chosen to repopulate the earth and start anew. It was a daunting task, but one we embraced with cautious optimism.
I offered sacrifices to God, thanking him for our deliverance.
God, in turn, made a covenant with Noah, promising never again to flood the earth. The rainbow, a symbol of hope and peace, arched across the sky, a visible reminder of God's promise.